G'day, Warbles on a lot here, wearing the famous hillbilly head camera, and the job today is to give a swimming lesson to a yellow-footed Antichinus and then let it loose on an orienteering course. Okay, now the yellow-footed Antichinus, I've just got to try and remember to move slow because I'm wearing a head camera. The yellow-footed Antichinus is the origin of the story of the great Australian root rat. Early observations by British naturalists showed that there were two subspecies to the yellow-footed Antichinus, subspecies A and subspecies B. And these ones have been intent on sharing my space up here. And I don't mind that, but I don't like them coming into the kids' bunk room because, quite frankly, they shit on the bedclothes. But anyway, when species A is ready to mate, the females become fertile, the males respond to the pheromones, and they respond so diligently that they shag themselves to death. They quite literally die from exhaustion after 24 hours of constant copulation. So in here, in this National Parks and Wildlife trap, we have the yellow-footed Antichinus, which tripped the door. There it is, see, hiding in the bottom of the trap. Last night at about sundown, so this one's had 18 hours of solitary confinement. And I've tried catching them and releasing them straight away, real close, and they're straight back in. They regard that as a free feeding opportunity. And I'm not prepared to walk a hell of a long distance, and I'm not prepared to drive anywhere just to release a yellow-footed Antichinus. But anyway, I'm going to give this one a swimming lesson, and there we go, yellow-footed Antichinus going for a swim. Right? Not enjoying that at all after a night's solitary confinement. So, yes, see, you're on YouTube, yellow-footed Antichinus. Aren't I a nice human? Lots of humans would have poisoned you. Lots of humans would have gone to the supermarket and purchased a packet of stuff that makes your blood stop clotting, and you'd be dead. And then the poor old human would have to smell the yellow-footed Antichinus going rotten. And I don't do that, but I do give him a swimming lesson, and that makes much easier handling. He can't jump out of the bucket, can't go anywhere. I can carry the bucket. Now I'm going to walk over to the dam. I'll get to the other side of the dam, and then I'll throw the bucket of water into the dam with the Antichinus in the bucket. So then the Antichinus gets to swim from the edge of the dam, or to the edge of the dam, and after getting to the edge of the dam, then little Antichinus has an opportunity to navigate home. And I don't think that's too much of a problem because I'm not taking him more than 100 metres or so. But anyway, back to the story. When species A, subspecies A, of the yellow-footed Antichinus has the females come into season, the males shag themselves to death, and then all the females of subspecies A are pregnant and all the males are dead. It takes 36 to 48 hours. They make a fair bit of noise for a critter that small while that's going on. The next thing that goes on is 3 weeks later, the females of subspecies B come into estrus, and when they're fertile they give off pheromones, and their males repeat the performance, shag themselves to death. So you wind up with all the females pregnant, all the males dead, and the only yellow-footed Antichinus males that exist on the planet are the ones in utero. And they're unusual for marsupials. They don't have a pouch. They carry their critters on their belly or on the back. And this is where the big swimming lesson is going to take place. In 1999, because I feed mine pretty good, I first photographed a bull male Antichinus showing his balls in June in front of a calendar, which proved what season of the year it was. Now, unusually for a hat camera version, after I throw this, I'm going to take the hat off and try and get a few telephoto shots of the Antichinus out there among the Chinese water chestnuts. Whee! Right, so the Antichinus is now on an orienteering course, and my job is to try and spot the movement while holding the frame, taking the hat off, and recovering the camera without stopping it from rolling. And that's cool, we've done that. Right, now, out there we have the yellow-footed Antichinus. Am I seeing its eyeball or not? No, I don't think I am. But anyway, that's the orienteering course and swimming lesson for the yellow-footed Antichinus. And as I said, because I feed mine so well, therefore the yellow-footed Antichinus around my place are in pretty good condition. Thus and because the males don't actually die from exhaustion around here. And I got the photographs, I think it was 3 months before a young PhD student in biology living out west of Palomalo or somewhere announced the fact in her PhD thesis that she had discovered male Antichinus that survived through the winter. And the entire story of the great Australian root rat that shags itself to death is actually an artefact of the poor seasonal conditions which followed the introduction of the sheep to Australia. It's an ultimate survival mechanism that they fall back onto, but it's only when they're all on the point of starvation that the males will shag themselves to death. I'm pretty convinced that given good grazing, an adult male Antichinus might be good for 3 to 5 years. And other than the fact that they occasionally climb up and shit on the breadboard and they wake me up at night running around, and if I leave a loaf of bread out in the kitchen area of the hut, then they'll chew through the plastic bag and get into it. I like them because they're cute, they're marsupials, they're natives. If they find a European mouse, they kill it. When they kill a mouse, they then they lay it on its back and they eat everything but the skin. So it looks like you've got a tiny little miniature mule skinner running around executing the mice when the Antichinuses find a mouse. They also run around and clear the spiders out of the corners of the windows so the little new spiders have got something to do when they grow up. They only eat the big ones. So it's a balance. And I don't like killing them with poison. It's not legal because they're a native, so therefore they're protected. So, as you see, the Antichinuses that want to get too close to sharing the space of warbles on a lot, they find themselves trapped, educated in swimming, and set on an orienteering course. I don't think that's too nasty of me, and I'll just pan around, and that piece of bread's no good. So okay, there we have a pretty good look at the trap. If I can get in there. The trigger plate is well past the door, and you put the bait at the extreme other end. And as soon as the Antichinus walks in along here, it knocks that trigger. And it's pretty sensitive. It just set itself off from the jar of being set down. Right? So that's how you catch an Antichinus and teach it to stay away from the inside part of the hut. I don't mind them living outside, I don't mind them living in the little bit of the ceiling space, but I do not like the Antichinus coming into the hut, shitting on food surfaces and sleeping surfaces, and making noises in the middle of the night. So yeah, warbles on a lot. Swimming teacher to the yellow-footed Antichinus. Ciao.